Sure, let me explain it in a simple way. What is fire? Fire is a form of energy that happens when something burns. When materials like wood, paper, or gas are heated up, they start to release energy. This energy is in the form of light, which is why fire looks bright, and heat, which is why it feels warm or hot. Here's how fire works. The fuel, stuff that burns. For fire to happen, you need something that can burn. This could be wood, paper, gas, or even oil. These things are called fuel. These materials have stored energy inside them. It's kind of like how a battery stores energy to power a toy. The energy in the fuel is waiting to be released. Adding heat, starting the fire. For the fuel to catch on fire, it needs to be heated up. This is where things like a match, a spark, or even the sun can help. When you apply heat to something, it starts to change. In the case of fire, the heat makes the fuel start to break down and release gases, which then react with the air. The chemical reaction, burning. When the heat, fuel, and oxygen from the air mix together, they start a special chemical reaction called combustion. During combustion, the fuel burns and releases energy. This energy is in the form of light and heat. This is what we see as fire. Energy escaping. The reason we see light and feel heat when something burns is because the energy from the fuel is escaping. The fire is like a release valve, letting all that stored energy out. The light you see is actually tiny particles of burning fuel that glow as they get really hot. The heat comes from the molecules in the burning material moving faster and faster, which makes the air around it warmer. Why does fire need oxygen? Oxygen from the air is super important because it helps the fire keep burning. Without oxygen, the fire would die out. You can prove this by blowing out a candle. You're taking away the oxygen and stopping the chemical reaction. Why does fire make smoke? As something burns, not everything in the fuel burns completely. Some of the leftover particles mix with the air and form smoke. Smoke is just tiny bits of burnt stuff and gases that didn't burn fully. Comparing fire to a release of energy. Think of fire like a bottle that holds energy inside it. When the fuel starts to burn, the bottle opens and all the stored energy comes out in the form of heat and light. That's what makes fire hot and bright. In simple terms, fire is the energy that is released when something burns. When something burns, it creates heat, which warms things up, and light, which makes things bright. Fire happens because of a chemical reaction between the fuel and oxygen, which makes the energy escape from the fuel. That's why fire is so special. It's a way of getting all the stored up energy in the fuel to escape in a form that we can see and feel.